Hari Om. I started the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakat Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Vedanta question and answers. Our question is, who is a realized person? Because in the scripture it says, you approach a teacher who is Shotriyam Brahmanishtam, who is understood or studied the Vedanta under a competent teacher for a prolonged length of time until he understood clearly. That's called Sotriyaha. One who has heard from his teacher. And what did he teach her? He went approached to teacher, and the teacher himself taught everything. So he approached a competent teacher. And who is a competent teacher? One who himself approached his teacher and learned the Shastras thoroughly, and he is the real teacher. So it's all the way it goes to the Lord. So there is a Guru Parampara involved in the Sotriyam word, and also a methodology of teaching is also involved. Because in this Sampradaya teaching, a methodology, they know what are the footfalls where the student can slip, and the teacher is ready to guide the student so that he can be put in the proper path. That is the proper teacher. And who is the right teacher? Right teacher is the one who directs the disciple to the scripture as an authority, not himself as an authority. Oh, I have realized, therefore I can teach. It's not that. Since scripture says so, therefore says Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadarana Shashraddha. That is the faith in the teaching itself established because the teacher himself directs the disciple to the Shastra. What I say is not mine. What Shastra says, that's what I heard from my teacher, and that's what I am teaching you. That's what, in fact, when the Upanishad teacher also says the same thing, this is what we heard from my teacher. And if you can understand, good. Otherwise, you have to go to another teacher. So that is the one who knows the Shastra. And also in the scripture says, the Sotriya Brahmanishta, who is established in Brahman. So how do I know who is established in Brahman? I can never know anybody who is established in Brahman because I cannot evaluate his mind. So I assume that if he has learned the Shastras, he is the right teacher for me, and I assume that he has realized when I have the Shraddha to learn from him. Since he has knows Shastras, he can teach me and I can realize it. Whether my teacher realized is not immaterial, I can realize with that knowledge itself. So approach definitely a teacher who is a Sotriyaha. And Brahmanishta, you assume that he is Brahmanishta. Then who exactly Brahmanishta? Krishna describes in the 2nd chapter, again in the 12th chapter, again in the 14th chapter, the description of a realized person is provided. It's not to evaluate somebody else is Brahmanishta or not. It is to evaluate whether you are or not. And Krishna says in 2nd chapter, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmaniyeva atmanatushtaha. One who has reveling in himself, and he doesn't have any more desires. He doesn't depend on anything other than himself for his happiness. If I depend on something other than myself, then I am bound. I am not free because I depend upon something else. Whereas if I don't depend on anything else other than myself, and that's what essentially Krishna says is the criteria for a Sthita Prajna, one who is abiding in himself. So this is litmus test for anyone to know, am I Sthita Prajna? Have I realized? Says if I depend on my happiness for other thing other than myself, then I am not. then that dependency is different from transactional dependency. Because I may be jnani, but still stomach needs food at a proper time, and it needs to be fed. Why should it be fed? So that it can do loka kalyanam for the benefit of the society only. So jnani feels sleepy, hungry, and he may, if you have a big buffet, you don't eat only what he likes. So he also has likes and dislikes. So does it depend on it? Dependency depending upon whether he cannot survive without it, then it's not. Like I don't depend on my coffee because I'm getting everyday coffee. Suppose I don't get a coffee, do I get agitated? I am running all over the town to get a cup of coffee, then means I depend on coffee. So in the same way, if I depend on something other than myself, I am bound. That is a litmus test. So one can have a dependency for transactional reality, but if I don't get it, that's okay. That's also Lord wants me not to eat today. So in olden days they get bhiksha five places, and if they don't give anything, that says Lord says He wants you to starve it. And there are beautiful stories also how Mahatmas, even the Tapovan Maharaj, he didn't have anything, he was walking, he was hungry, and he don't know what to do. He sat in the tree and say, how Lord is going to feed me. It so happened one gentleman going there suddenly saw this Mahatma must be starving. He was ready to share his food with him, and the Lord Himself sent appropriate food, because it's a Lord's responsibility to take care of that. He says, once you surrender to Him, it is Yogakshemam Vahamyam. I take the responsibility. So whatever that comes, take it as that is a Lord's prasad only. If it doesn't come, that's also what Lord wants you to do on that day. And with that attitude, you don't depend on it. That means I need to have it for my happiness. That is not there. If you have it, it's okay. If it doesn't have it, it's okay. If things come that come happy, okay, you have come, all right, see, because I know you are going to go away. If suffering comes also, I say, okay, come, and I know it also goes. So everything is coming and going. Body problems will be there, mind problems may be there, intellect problems may be there, but the problems belong to that Sarira, but I am free from all that. That recognition, one who has established in that, is one who sees that he is Brahman, and also it says the Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam Sarva Bhutanjam Atmani. One who sees himself in every way, in all people, in all beings, and all beings in him, he is the one who relates. Same thing Krishna says in a way, say, Yomam pasyati sarvatra, sarvancha mai pasyati, tasyaham na pranasyami, samena pranasyasi, who sees me everywhere, and everything in me, he is with me only. He is a jnani, and he is the greatest bhakta. He is also a knowledge, who knows that I have become Brahman. Brahmavit, Brahmaiva bhavati. That is the nature of reality, and when you know it, you will realize that you are indeed recognize that, and that's what is essentially involved, not to test other people. With that we stop. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.